Thanks for staying with us. Join us on the show is the product manager duo, Gboyinde. She will be speaking on bridging the gap between demand and supply of affordable housing in Nigeria. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Good to have you. So tell us, how do you define affordable housing in the Nigerian context? Tell us.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. Because normally, affordable housing is always being defined as where people pay a particular percentage of their gross income to real estate or to housing, basically. And when they say that particular percent, it covers both the house, the amenities, and even the transportation or the location itself. But in the current context of things, it is much preferable to actually then define affordable housing as though considering the critical factors that affect us, e.g. the economic factors, the regulatory factors, and all the demands that press on our disposable income. So I would say that affordable housing, basically, or right now, is safe to be defined as easy pathway to actually getting a home. So regardless of the income level, once you have that easy access, then that house is affordable to you.
So what immediate actions can stakeholders, that's the buyers, the sellers, regulators, and housing finance providers take to address this affordable housing issue in Nigeria?
Yes, so because now most people want to actually get housing, but most people actually put that particular, say, goal as a long-term plan, because everybody says that, oh, I've not even addressed my current need, my current, say, I want to, yes, exactly, I'll get you first. And before I even think of owning a house, the way regulators can then come in is to ensure that the affordable platforms, e.g. the rent to own, that's done by Mixta, or even, say, affordable mortgages, or even the use of RSA, just like how the policymakers allows most workers now to access their RSA to then pay for mortgage equity or something. And another addition is to make things like the NHF to come back to life, make it more voluntary, expand the net and the rest. For, say, for the ethical aspects now, the way the duo by Mixer actually work is to say you pay a portion as the equity contribution, which is the 5% of the property value. Then you have 18 months of the construction period and 3 years in addition to pay down the balance. So take for a numeric example, the property of a 2-bedroom flat is approximately 60 million naira and is delivered to you at a fully finished apartment. So the 5% or the 5%, which is the initial deposit, that's 3 million, is paid first. Then within that 18 months, you have a long period of time to pay down the remaining balance, which is 57 million. So you can then put yourself on a particular thing to just, break it down and say, oh, I'll pay this amount, no hidden charges during that 18 months. Then once the rent year, that's the first rental year, then kicks in, you then start to pay an interest on that amount. And that interest just takes into cognizance time value of money. Yeah.
So what do you think are the primary challenges facing low-income earners in accessing homes in Nigeria?
The first challenge is the fact that now most people actually, their disposable income is more stretched, and most people have so many people even on that disposable income. With the causes of inflation coming to play, interest going higher and higher, it's very difficult for even an ordinary person to say, oh, I want to do mortgage. Because when you go to a PMI or you go to a bank, mortgages range from there about, say, 19% upwards to as much as 32%. Even the previous NHF mortgage that most people would actually have access to, that's the 6% interest, is not more accessible as much as this. So that's like one of the major challenge, the fact that there is no credit platform that people can actually access through. But where Duo then comes in, that's the rent to own scheme, it makes it easier for you to rent the apartment for a period of time and afterwards pay for the home.
What's the ease of buying a home in this economy?
I'll say there are different measures of buying the home, but the traditional one is saying, okay, we have money or we come together and just pay the entire amount. Maybe you pull through friends or family. But the simplest way, which is the one that I currently manage, that's Duo, the rent to own scheme, is say it gives you that ease to pay a low amount of entry. So like I made the numeric example initially, I said pay down a 5%. For a 1-bedroom, that 5% is 1.9 million. Most people might be able to afford the 1.9 million, from the income bracket of middle income earners to even the people that are just entering the labor markets. That's like low-level people. They could always save up to make a 1.9 million. So having that rent-to-own scheme, assuming much more real estate companies actually do the rent-to-own scheme, it makes it easier for people at that scale, at that target market, the mid-income earners, to actually access homes. However, for the people that are even higher, they could have access to, say, affordable mortgages, like I mentioned, some PMIs and even some financial institutions. They are bringing down mortgage rates to the extent in which it will be affordable for different income earners. Well, as I started the definition when she asked me, yes, normally everybody would say when you say the word affordable, the context and the mindset is, oh yes, then it must be very cheap. But right now, we can all agree that with the givens right now, things are not cheap again. Coming from construction costs, coming from inflation, coming from even priorities of those little costs that you have. It makes things quite tighter to afford. So right now, it's now the ease that now makes the definition affordability. Yes.
So we have to wrap up with you, but what are your final words to those who are potential buyers from you? Okay.
My final words, I would say we're having a webinar this Saturday. And I want everyone, as we'll be talking about this particular topic even in more detailed form. We have the registration link of the webinar on our IG, Mixstar Africa. We also have it on our website, duo.mixstarafrica.com. We also have it in the chat box. So you could just click on that link and register for the webinar. You could call us as well on the numbers on the screen to just have access to more information.
Fantastic. Yes. Well done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, let's go on a short break. When we come back, move on to our hot topic of today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.